my dear friends. Today we are going to talk about something truly fascinating, something that might surprise you and even change the way you think about your daily diet. You've probably heard countless times that blueberries are one of the healthiest fruits on earth. They're called superfoods, filled with antioxidants, vitamins, and nutrients that help slow aging, support memory, and boost heart health. But what if I told you that there are times when blueberries can actually work against you, especially when combined with certain foods? Yes, there are 3 particular foods that, when eaten together with blueberries, can make them toxic to your body. And for seniors whose metabolism, digestion, and immunity are naturally more sensitive, this can have serious effects. But don't worry, this isn't a message of fear. It's one of empowerment, because once you understand how your body works and how food combinations affect your health, you gain control over your energy, your clarity, and even your years of life ahead. Blueberries are often celebrated as one of nature's most powerful superfoods, filled with antioxidants, vitamins, and compounds that protect your heart, brain, and immune system. They are small but mighty, offering anti-aging benefits and helping fight inflammation at the cellular level. However, what most people don't realize is that the way you combine blueberries with other foods can completely change how your body absorbs and uses their nutrients. It's not just about what you eat, it's about how you eat it and what you eat it with. For seniors who naturally experience slower digestion, reduced enzyme activity, and more sensitive metabolic responses, food combinations play a major role in maintaining balance and vitality. When blueberries are paired incorrectly, they can lose their healing power and, in some cases, even become harmful. The first and most common mistake many people make is mixing blueberries with dairy. A bowl of yogurt topped with blueberries or milk poured over blueberry cereal might look healthy, but inside your body, something quite different happens. The proteins in milk and dairy products bind with the antioxidants in blueberries, reducing their ability to fight free radicals. This interaction not only weakens the nutritional value of blueberries, but can also create compounds that stress your digestive system. For older adults whose liver and kidneys already work harder to remove toxins, this unnecessary strain can lead to fatigue, bloating, or sluggish metabolism. Choosing plant-based options like almond, oat, or coconut milk preserves the benefits of blueberries while keeping your system light and balanced. Another food pairing that turns blueberries from helpful to harmful involves iron-rich foods. Blueberries contain natural compounds called polyphenols, which, while beneficial in many ways, can interfere with iron absorption. When consumed alongside red meat, spinach, or iron supplements, they can reduce the amount of iron your body takes in. For seniors, this can be tricky because maintaining proper iron balance is essential. Too little can lead to fatigue and weakness, while too much can cause oxidative stress. The key is timing. Instead of eating blueberries right after a meal rich in iron, enjoy them a few hours later as a snack. This gives your body time to absorb nutrients properly without interference. The third dangerous combination is sugar, especially refined sugar found in desserts, pastries, and sweetened beverages. Blueberries in muffins, jams, or sugary cereals may seem like a healthy treat, but the added sugar cancels out the fruit's natural benefits. When sugar spikes your blood glucose, it triggers inflammation and oxidative stress, the exact conditions blueberries are meant to fight. This becomes even more critical for seniors managing diabetes or cardiovascular issues. The antioxidants in blueberries can't perform their protective functions effectively when competing with the harmful effects of processed sugar. The best way to enjoy blueberries is in their pure, raw form, fresh, frozen, or blended in smoothies with natural ingredients like oats, nuts, or seeds. Understanding how foods interact isn't about fear. It's about harmony. Your body functions best when nutrients complement each other rather than conflict. Blueberries are a symbol of that natural intelligence. When eaten correctly, they work like medicine, cleansing your cells, improving memory, and keeping your energy steady throughout the day. Seniors can protect their health simply by being mindful of these combinations. Choosing clean, compatible foods allows your body to use every ounce of nutrition nature intended, supporting not just longevity, but a higher quality of life. Awareness is the first step toward true health, and it's far more powerful than fear. Many people make choices about food and lifestyle out of habit or convenience, rarely stopping to notice how their bodies respond. But awareness transforms every decision into an act of care. It's not about strict diets or feeling guilty for what you eat. It's about paying attention to how food combinations timing, and portion sizes affect your energy, digestion, and mood. When you become aware, you stop eating on autopilot and start eating with intention. For seniors, this awareness becomes even more important because the body changes with age. The metabolism slows, digestion becomes more sensitive, and the immune system requires more nourishment. Fear creates restriction and anxiety, but awareness opens the door to balance and understanding. It allows you to make wise, gentle adjustments that support your body's natural rhythm. When you eat blueberries or any other food mindfully, you begin to notice subtle differences in how you feel. Maybe you realize that dairy makes you feel heavy, or that too much sugar leaves you tired. This kind of observation is not about judgment. It's about connection. You start to see your body as a partner, not a problem to fix. That's what awareness does. It builds a respectful relationship with your health. Seniors who learn to listen to their bodies gain the ability to make changes without stress. You no longer need to follow confusing diet trends or rigid plans. Instead, you tune into what feels nourishing, what keeps your energy stable, and what supports your overall well-being. Awareness also helps you see the difference between physical hunger and emotional hunger. As we age, habits formed over decades can sometimes cloud that distinction. Emotional eating, snacking when bored, anxious, or lonely, can sneak up quietly. But when you become aware, you can pause and ask, am I truly hungry or am I seeking comfort? This simple act of noticing gives you power. You may still choose to enjoy that snack, but now it's a conscious choice, not an unconscious reaction. That small shift builds confidence, discipline, and peace of mind. It's no longer about what you can't eat. It's about what you choose to eat with purpose. Awareness replaces guilt with gratitude. Instead of blaming yourself for a bad meal, you can thank your body for working hard every day. This gratitude naturally leads to better decisions because you want to care for something you appreciate. Seniors who approach health with curiosity rather than fear find it easier to make lasting changes. They don't rely on willpower alone. They rely on understanding. Once you see how your choices influence your strength, your sleep, and your mood, it becomes natural to choose better. Awareness makes healthy living effortless because it aligns your mind, body, and emotions toward the same goal: balance. In the end, awareness is about freedom. It frees you from the cycle of confusion, comparison, and frustration that often comes with health advice. When you trust your body's signals, you no longer need to fear food. You start making decisions not from rules but from respect. And that's where real wellness begins, not through fear of what might harm you, but through gentle awareness of what truly helps you thrive. Light daily movement is one of the simplest yet most powerful medicines available to the human body, especially for seniors who wish to maintain energy, strength, and independence. The beauty of gentle movement is that it asks for no perfection, only consistency and care. It doesn't matter how old you are or where you begin. What matters is that you move a little more today than you did yesterday. The human body was designed for movement, and even small actions like stretching your arms, walking to the garden, or doing light chair exercises can awaken the muscles, stimulate circulation, and refresh the mind. For older adults, physical activity is not about achieving athletic goals. It's about preserving mobility, balance, and confidence. Every step you take sends a message to your body that you are still living fully, still participating in life, and still capable of growth. Light exercise supports the heart by improving blood flow and oxygen delivery throughout the body. It keeps your joints lubricated and your muscles strong enough to support your bones. It can reduce stiffness, prevent falls, and even enhance digestion. Many seniors believe that slowing down means they should move less, but in reality, moving gently and regularly keeps the body young. The key is moderation and mindfulness, knowing your limits and respecting them while still staying active. You don't need to push through pain or exhaustion. Even 10 minutes of movement, done consistently, brings remarkable benefits over time. The body responds to kindness and effort, not intensity. When you treat movement as a daily ritual rather than a chore, it becomes something you look forward to, rather than something you avoid. Physical activity also plays a huge role in emotional well-being. Movement triggers the release of endorphins, the body's natural mood boosters. A short walk in the morning sunlight can lift your spirits, calm your nerves, and reduce feelings of anxiety or sadness. For seniors who may sometimes feel isolated or low, gentle exercise offers a natural antidepressant, without side effects. It clears the mind, sharpens focus, and helps maintain memory function by increasing blood flow to the brain. Activities like yoga, tai chi, or simple stretching routines not only strengthen the body but also create inner peace and balance. Movement becomes meditation when done with awareness. Each breath, each step, a reminder that life is still flowing through you. One of the most overlooked aspects of light exercise is how it builds independence. Strengthening your muscles and improving your coordination means you can continue doing daily activities, cooking, walking, gardening, climbing stairs, with confidence. It preserves dignity and freedom, which are priceless in later years. And the best part is, you don't need a gym or equipment. Your own body is enough. Dancing to your favorite song, taking a stroll after dinner, or stretching in your living room all count. It's about finding joy in movement, not pressure. The body thrives when it feels loved and used, not neglected. For seniors, combining light exercise with proper nutrition and a positive mindset creates a powerful synergy. Movement helps the body absorb nutrients better, keeps the immune system strong, and promotes restful sleep. It keeps you connected to nature, to others, and to yourself. Each time you move, you remind your body that it still belongs to a living rhythm, still capable of renewal, still growing even with age. When you move lightly but regularly, your heart beats not only for survival but for joy, and that is where true vitality begins. A positive mindset is one of the most powerful forces for health, healing, and longevity, especially for seniors who have lived through decades of challenges, growth, and change. The way you think about your body, your age, and your potential shapes how your body responds every single day. Thoughts are not just invisible whispers in your mind. They create real biological effects. When you tell yourself that you are strong, capable, and grateful, your body releases hormones that support healing, balance, and vitality. But when you dwell on fear, regret, or helplessness, stress hormones like cortisol rise, weakening immunity and draining your energy. That's why cultivating a positive mindset is not simply about being cheerful. It's about training your brain to work in harmony with your body. For seniors, positivity is a medicine that has no side effects and costs nothing. It begins with self-talk, the inner conversation you have every day. Many older adults unknowingly tell themselves limiting stories. I'm too old to start walking again, or my memory isn't what it used to be, so there's no point in trying. These thoughts act like quiet poisons, closing doors that could still open. But when you shift those statements into, I'm improving my strength day by day, or I'm grateful that I can still move and think clearly, you rewire your brain for hope. Studies have shown that seniors with optimistic attitudes recover faster from illness, experience fewer chronic conditions, and even live longer. The body believes what the mind repeats, and positivity is the bridge between thought and transformation. A positive mindset also strengthens emotional resilience. Life brings losses, changes, and uncertainties, especially in later years. But positivity doesn't mean ignoring pain or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to see meaning, lessons, and light, even in difficult moments. When you focus on what remains instead of what's gone, gratitude grows. Gratitude itself is one of the purest forms of positivity. When you wake up and say, thank you for another day, your heart rate steadies, your breathing deepens, and your nervous system relaxes. This simple act of appreciation signals to your body that you are safe, and healing can happen naturally. Positivity also affects how you interact with others. A smile, a kind word, or a moment of laughter has the power to lift not only your spirit, but also the energy of everyone around you. Seniors who stay socially engaged and nurture joyful connections often report less pain, better sleep, and more motivation to stay active. Surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, reading inspiring stories, and practicing small acts of kindness all feed your mental well-being. When you focus on what brings joy, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, the very chemicals that keep you young at heart. Your thoughts shape your choices, and your choices shape your future. A positive outlook encourages healthy habits, better eating, and consistent self-care. You begin to move your body not out of obligation, but because you appreciate what it can still do. You choose wholesome foods because you value your energy and clarity. You rest when you need to, not out of weakness but out of respect for your body's wisdom. The mind becomes a gentle coach instead of a harsh critic. Every time you choose gratitude over complaint, hope over despair, and love over fear, You teach your body to thrive. Positivity gives meaning to the years, making each one brighter, lighter, and more fulfilling than the last. Balance, not perfection, is the true foundation of lasting wellness. So often, people believe that being healthy means following strict routines, flawless diets, or never making mistakes. But real well-being is far gentler and more forgiving. It's about progress, not punishment. For seniors especially, balance is what sustains vitality and peace of mind. The body changes with age, but that doesn't mean it stops thriving. It simply asks for more understanding, more patience, and more kindness. When you aim for balance instead of perfection, you free yourself from the guilt and frustration that often come with trying to do everything right. You begin to listen to your body, adjusting as needed, and honoring where you are rather than longing for where you once were. That is where true health begins to bloom. Perfection creates pressure, and pressure leads to stress, which weakens the immune system and drains joy. Balance, on the other hand, creates peace. It allows flexibility. Some days you'll eat perfectly and feel energized. Other days you'll indulge a little, skip a walk, or need extra rest, and that's okay. Health is not destroyed by a single choice. It's shaped by the consistent pattern of small, loving decisions made over time. Seniors who embrace balance understand that wellness is a rhythm, not a race. You can enjoy your favorite foods occasionally, as long as your overall lifestyle supports your body's natural healing. You can rest without guilt, knowing that rest itself is part of the healing process. Balance means knowing when to move and when to be still, when to push forward and when to let go. It's also about emotional and mental balance. Aging brings both wisdom and change. Children grow up, careers shift, the body slows down. But with each new phase comes an opportunity for renewal. Finding balance means accepting the changes gracefully, without losing hope or self-worth. It means focusing on what you can still do, instead of mourning what you no longer can. That mental adjustment transforms how you experience life. Seniors who focus on balance stay more relaxed, sleep better, and experience greater satisfaction because they stop comparing themselves to an ideal that doesn't exist. They live in harmony with their own pace, trusting that every season of life has beauty and value. Balance also applies to relationships and routines. You don't need to isolate yourself to be peaceful, nor must you fill every hour with noise and activity to feel alive. Sometimes balance looks like quiet mornings with a cup of tea. Sometimes it looks like laughter shared with friends. The heart thrives when there's a mix of connection and calm. The same is true for physical health. Your body benefits from both movement and rest, from both discipline and enjoyment. It's not about denying pleasure. It's about choosing pleasure that nourishes rather than drains you. In the end, balance teaches you to treat yourself as a whole being, body, mind, and spirit. You stop chasing perfection and start practicing presence. You realize that every day doesn't have to be perfect to be meaningful. What matters is the overall direction of your life, the steady, compassionate effort to care for yourself. When you live with balance, every meal, every breath, and every quiet moment becomes part of your healing. It's the small, steady steps that lead to lasting strength, the gentle choices that create lifelong wellness, and the balanced mindset that makes growing older a graceful, empowering journey rather than a struggle.